So this is the season. Everybody's getting ready for Christmas and winter solstice, which was tonight, Yuletide, and all the other, end of December type of holidays. Of course, you always have those funny conversations. Whose paradigm or religion came first about this particular day and whatnot. What I gotta say to that is, fuck you. And I'll tell you why. When you go off and you get this generated holiday that was a tradition that turned into a Hallmark holiday, it transgressed into it, and kind of like the frog being put into a pot and you slowly let it boil. The frog doesn't know he's being boiled alive. That's what we've come to at this point in our holidays. Give you a good example. You only see the Salvation Army ringing their little bell, asking for your pocket change. You'll have all different other things happening similar to that nature. Fundraisers going on like crazy. Usually because of tax season. The best donate now so you can get your write-off by the spring. But when you go off and you look at special occasions, I have to reflect on mine. When I was a little kid, all the way up to my teenage years, every 4th of July, the families, a lot of different families, would go to my uncle's house and would go off and have a family get-together. I'm talking like 12 families with all their kids, and literally, have a huge feast, play backgammon, whatnot, run around, terrorize the neighborhood, whatever the case may be. And that was kind of a family tradition until about, my later teen years, because I had my own shit to do. And so did the other kids. They were growing old, and they had stuff to do too, go to their friends or whatever. So, but that was a tradition. That was something that was brought forth and focused on, the big event. But a lot of people today, because we do things out of convenience, welcome to the technological age. But have we forgotten all about the not the real purpose in a religious sense, but more of a family get-together sense? And why do we have to do it at Christmas time? Like I said, in self-reflection, we did it in 4th of July. So anybody can have a different tradition of sorts, depending on what's happening with families. And I always find it funny that a lot of people who I see around me here stress out over the holidays. It adds more weight on your shoulders, because you got to make sure your house is cleaned and decorated enough. You have to have all these other things going on, and to me, it's just way too much work. Fuck that. And when I look at that type of thing going on, the unwanted stress, these self-imposed deadlines. I think I was around 15, 16 where I declared I'm done with Christmas with the family. I told them, don't even bother. You're not getting anything from me, and I don't want anything from you. I don't expect anything from you. So, they do because they think of me, and that's fine. And that's just how they are. But, I kept to my word from that date to now. I have convictions, and these are mine. But when I look over it, and I'm seeing how other people are getting caught up into things. We're getting programmed by Halloween. The day after Halloween, we're listening to Christmas songs. You go to Walmart or any other store, you're going to hear Christmas songs. Then you go to your diner, and you're hearing Christmas songs. And a lot of people are getting tired of listening to Christmas songs, but because they're associating it with the marketplace that's instilling Christmas as a place to buy stuff because you need to get a gift. I remember the days in elementary school, if you are old enough, you had a Secret Santa, but you had a thing where you had a cap. You couldn't spend more than $5 on somebody, or no more than. Well, it was back then. It was no more than $5. It was $5 in the early '80s. Late '70s, early '80s was a pretty big thing. So it might be an equivalent to about $10 or $20 now, let's say. But in all, what if you kept Christmas or the holidays like a Secret Santa, where you didn't spend more than $5, $10, or $20 per person? That way it kind of keeps things in perspective. I'll find things at a yard sale or for a penny or whatever the case may be. I would think of somebody, there you go. But if you tell them where you get it from, it kind of deflates because they put a value to it. But if you think about them and you present it and don't mention anything about it except the fact I thought of you, this is a pretty cool thing to get you, ta-da. And I think that works out. But again, with this holiday stuff, I'm just glad I'm not involved in all the hocus pocus or the hubbub of it all. Because to me, if something is that stressful and not rewarding, just simply don't do it. Simple as that. I mean, a lot of people feel this is a mores that's acceptable, and because it's a mores, they do it without even any form of self-happiness. Sometimes they just do it to make other people happy, but they're beaten up and worn out. Now I'm sure there's two sides to this story, but I got to my point, my pinnacle, where I shouldn't be stressing out over shit like that. And that's when I just let things go. I'm not a part of it. Done. And it's worked out for me. Doesn't mean it'll work out for you. Some people really need to be around people or need that kind of seasonal thing. My seasonal thing would be spring and the fall equinox. Because, I don't know. Those are, you have the cycle of life where things bloom, and then you have a cycle of life where things fade away. Now that's just my thing, for what it's worth. But anyway, it is the season, and for those out there who I know, I wish you the best, and I wish you well in any type of labeling you have for the month of December. But when I go off and I see how it's becoming more of a Hallmark holiday than a holiday of tradition, and not unconscious mores. You got to think, what are you doing at this holiday? Who are you, happy to see? So, keep it in perspective. Start from the center, work your way out. That's just my 2 cents. Anyways, I wish you all well. Take care, and bye for now.